in the list of subjects that we're going to be talking about is food at conventions. And actually being able to get sustenance.
And not making ramen with a coffee maker while there's a coffee filter still in it with coffee.
Oh yeah, that happens.
Not good.
And not sitting on the floor of your con hotel eating a cold cup of ramen
Here's
with
the photo for
coffee
it.
stirs as chopsticks. We have a photo.
Things not to do.
So hydrate, basically. Make sure you have a lot of water, even if you have to bring it yourself. Some cons have it, but they're usually like a lot of money.
Yeah.
So bring your own water.
Con food is expensive.
Yes, convention food, like food within the actual convention hall, is usually stupidly expensive. Food around the convention center will be expensive, but the further you go out, the less expensive it is. The more normal people you have to deal with, though,
Right.
which is very interesting.
Some conventions actually have the foodstuffs nearby will have discounts if you're cosplayed or not, but it depends on how friendly they are with their convention center. Like in the beginning of Otacon's life versus the end of Otacon's life, where people really liked them and then said, get the hell out. So it depends on the relationships you have. So that social media thing we said before, definitely do that. Like,
Yeah,
get
for
to know
the
them.
area around.
But yeah, generally speaking, the food in the convention center will be expensive, and especially for, I mean, you're getting like quality food, you know, questionable pizza, things like that, sake fries for pretty hefty price tags. So just keep that in mind. Obviously, it's convenient to eat right in the convention center, but you're trading off the convenience for, you know, lower quality food and a higher price tag. So
I think over the years we started planning better with our food and started to bring more with us to the convention, and also checking what amenities the hotel had so we could actually make said food, like with microwaves. We started getting some room for the kitchen sometimes. Chips are always good. Definitely bring a lot of snacks or foods that you don't need to prepare. That's always good, just in case you're hungry. You don't need to go out and spend that extra money on like picking up a snack.
yeah.
And then also make sure you eat kind of healthy, because you're going to be out for lots of hours usually, and not in like the best conditions sometimes. Like
Most times.
yeah, just bring healthy food. It'll be good for you.
Well,
Yeah, we're gonna be the con moms. Bring healthy food.
Con mom say.
Obviously, there is the option of making ramen in
your
the coffee maker.
Desperate times.
Desperate times call for desperate measures, but it's actually like a real like.
It's quick.
It's
Yeah.
quick and easy, and you
Yeah.
can do that. On that note, there are also plenty of instant foods that are a lot healthier now. You can go to like Wegmans, Whole Foods, and like Trader Joe's, and they'll have the instant food. You just add water or whatever, and it has like actual nutrition.
Yes.
It still has a lot of sodium and like whatever to keep it preserved, but it's still an option with the coffee maker generation.
Yes.
You can also bring those rice makers, the small ones. They also are steam cookers as well.
Slow cookers, steam
They're
cookers.
really small and they're
They
like
can do
20
everything.
bucks. Take it with you. Take that with you. Take a humidifier with you. Breathe and eat and keep yourself hydrated. A lot of my friends passed out the first year, so you just got to make sure if it's really sunny, you know you're going to be online. Bring an umbrella. If you make it fit in with your costume if need be, but definitely think of your health first. I think we all agree on that.
For sure. And I think another one of our con traditions that's also a helpful thing for us that also turned into a fun thing was when we started getting more into bringing our own food for most of the meals, as opposed to just trying to find whatever we can find at the convention center. Our pre-con food shopping trip is a time-honored tradition, and we've done it for many years, and it's usually the day before or 2 nights before. And, you know, you just go with a bunch of the people that are going to be in your room, make a list, you know, sometimes you end up getting Cookie Monster cupcakes because you're 5, and,
Wasn't it a cake? It was a whole cake.
it was a mini cake, it was like this one. But, no, but it's fun, it can be a fun thing, it doesn't all have to be, it's a lot of logistics, a lot of planning, and a lot of talking to each other, what kind of food do you want, how much do you want to pay, what's the budget, how much we all should want it. But it was, dietary needs. But it can be fun, you know. we all make sandwiches to bring. You know, we pitch in with coolers, and everyone brings fun drinks. We make food together. If we are lucky enough to have a hotel with a kitchenette, we'll cook dinner together. So it can be a fun thing. It doesn't have to be all, you know, kind of stress. Yeah, it doesn't have to be stressful. It really doesn't.
Definitely on with the dietary needs thing. If you have food allergies and other
Your
weird dietary needs,
yeah, celiac disease, stuff like that.
Crohn's disease.
Crohn's disease.
Yeah.
Tell your other conmates.
Yeah, tell your conmates because it'll make it. I mean, we have a friend who has like celiacs. She can't have gluten.
And she has Crohn's, actually.
And, you know, so it's like she has all these stomach things, and so I'll just I know that I can eat anything, literally.
Cardboard box, why not?
but I will buy food that I can eat, but that also she can eat. That way, nobody's going hungry, and if ever there's an emergency, it's like, oh, you need somebody. I've got shit that you can actually eat. You know?
Even those breakfast bars, you know, like just make sure that if someone's allergic to peanuts, make sure it doesn't have peanuts in it. Just those little things, so if someone is dying and in front of you, you can help them. And just having that, sorry, oh my god, having that a little extra consideration for those people you're going to be living with for 4 days. They're like roommates. So for having a roommate for 4 days, you're going to need to work together.
And I'm just trying to think of some of the things food-wise that we've brought that have been
Sandwiches.
gone a long way.
Yeah,
sandwiches, definitely. We've pre-made little sandwiches.
I
know when we've brought fresh fruit, that's always been
Yeah.
I was
great.
about to say I went to
Yep.
a convention this past winter, and 3 people brought. Oh, no, actually it was just 2 people brought oranges. And then they made a joke about being Asian people and bringing oranges to a convention, which I did not get because I don't understand the culture behind it because I'm so white. But we had oranges every day, and it was delicious. Vitamin C, no scurvy here.
Oranges, bananas, that kind of thing for breakfast especially is great, or just a snack when you're
Cheese
getting
and crackers, we usually
taking a little break. Yeah, cheese and crackers.
I honestly think you should bring the really nerdy, like, Pocky things with you, because it's cheaper at a Walmart than if you buy it at the convention, because you're going to feel in the moment, and you're going to be like, I definitely want that Pocky, but it's going to be an $18 box of Pocky when you could buy it down the street from your house for $5. So bring it with you, because you're going to get in the mood for it, and you're going to want that green tea ice cream. But if you bring it, it's 10 times cheaper.
Yes. Hit up that international aisle of the food store.
We made sea salt ice cream in the hotel room.
We did. There you go.
We've
First
also
time, the first time.
Yeah.
We've also made waffles in our hotel
Oh,
room.
champagne waffles.
The one convention we decided we were going to be super fancy, and we made champagne waffles, where the champagne's in the batter, and it was fun. It really was.
It was success.
But it doesn't have to be, you know, if you want to do something fun like that and say we're bringing a waffle maker and getting really fancy, but it could also just be we're bringing a cooler with some sandwiches and fruit and water bottles. But in the end, it'll save you a lot of money. And you'll probably, whatever you bring is going to be a lot healthier than whatever is immediately around the convention. So keep that in mind.
So definitely slow cookers are a great idea because I went to Anime Next with my mom, brought her along, and we did Hell's Moving Castle cosplay together, and it was adorable, and I love my mom, she was the best. But she brought a slow cooker with us, and we had slow cooker food like every single day. My mom made like
It was delicious, I remember.
slow cooker enchiladas. We had, what are those things? Oh, they're Italian and
Pasta.
delicious.
Pasta?
No.
You're just saying Italian.
It's some sort of, it's stuffed pasta thing.
Raviolis?
Ravioli.
Tortellini?
Tortellini.
We
We
play
had,
charades on here.
we had tortellini,
Sounds like.
and it was delicious. Like, we had, like, actual food, easy to make, and, you know, we just cleaned it out in the bathroom. Just
Clean it
scrubbed it,
out.
whatever.
Yeah.
And it was work. We could work that. It was easy enough to bring the stuff that we brought in. A couple of conventions that I went to with one of my friends who works in the Artist Alley, and she runs a booth. She brings her rice cooker, and she makes like SpaghettiOs with like corn and ravioli, and like she tosses all this stuff in that I wouldn't think to put in, and it's delicious. She's made ramen, like a huge, like 8 packs of ramen with like vegetables and everything tossed in there with like actual ramen seasoning from Japan in a tiny rice cooker, and I don't understand how. And then she brought like fresh cucumbers that she sliced up, and then a little bit of oil, and a little bit of pepper, and
So
it was just
fancy.
like,
Yeah, wow, this all the hand motions make me
like,
want it.
oh my god, it was amazing. Like,
So you can eat that and then walk past the people eating greasy con pizza and just go, ha, plebes. Yeah, and we've done pasta night, we've done taco night, it's a variety of things you can make in a hotel room, you'd be surprised. So even if you don't have a hotel room with a kitchenette, I mean, obviously that's the ideal with con food, but even if you just have a microwave, a mini fridge, if you have some of the basic things, food storage, and you bring a cooler along and things like that, you're pretty good to go. So remember your plates and napkins and cups, and you're good. Yes.
Clean up after yourself. That's probably,
Definitely.
I think we didn't touch on that, but if you're wearing like face paint and stuff, don't leave it in the tub. Clean up after yourself, especially with food. You're going to clean up after yourself, just so that way you can go back to the
Have fun.
hotel next year.
Yeah.
And then what we usually do is we pick one night and we go out and have like a little dinner all together, away from like the con craziness and everything. Like,
Yes,
that's always fun.
that's
Yeah.
been really nice. It's usually been maybe on the Saturday night. If it's a
Yeah.
3-day, we'll pick
Like
maybe
before the
halfway
masquerade.
through. Yeah, and we'll just go. We'll look up local restaurants in the area, and we'll pick a bar or a restaurant to go to, and just have a nice night, a couple hours away from the convention
In cosplay.
craziness. Yeah.
Sometimes.
sometimes.
We've gone in cosplay, we've gone not in cosplay. It depends on how far flung we're going from the convention center. But it's a fun little tradition that we've had. That it's a nice little break, and it's a nice group dinner that you don't have to worry about cooking for yourself, and it's a fun little mid-con treat.
And if you're my group, a lot of them would stay together, but most of them would go separate ways. So having like a little family get together at the end saying, we did this, guys, we didn't die, is usually really like bonding, especially if you plan to do it again. I mean, if you hate the people in your room, please don't do this. It'll make it really bad. But if you really want to do this and have a beautiful group like we're doing right now, like talking about these group memories, I would make those bonds last. I'd go out with my friends and do that. I think it's worth it.
How's it go from Naruto? I made
Nice.
the day
You just
of
ate all of us
the-
so
so
hard.